You are?
So now you're doing it.
Can't see through the mesh anyway, it's all dark.
Yeah, right, whatever.
I can't.
Why?
It's just an arm and a pair of tits.
Oi! Why?
Boob cam.
Why go away?
What was you going to say?
Are you doing your video? Because I want to have some beer. Go away.
Yeah, man, tell them. Yeah, poor old Zippy, he's outside in the rain. He's going to wait until about 12 o'clock, Zippy is, and then he's got a few roofs to do.
What about spend a Friday night? You don't get this on CraigTube. And we're still going.
Boiling away.
Harry's
nicely.
cast. Tom's cast.
In fact,
Hbw.
might chuck some more of these in, Harry. Might chuck some more of these in. Random brewing.
Excusey.
End of pattern edition. EPA.
Tom. Tiny. And some other strange bloke. Well, yes, a mad Friday night. On the Midnight Brew. The Midnight Brew cast. As you can see, there was several people coming in and out on Hbw. We had also Sammy, the Thrifty Brewer, Brett from Newfound Homebrew, Kevin Clements, Tiny obviously. I kept going till about 3 in the morning and took a retirement. This is my IPA. You can see the bubbles rising up in it. A little bit more success with this kit. It was a fresher kit than the Finlander ones. Talking to kits, you know me for my bargains. I've never, in all the years I've been home brewing and kit brewing, done a Cooper's kit. I've yet to do the kit from a few weeks ago, or the recipe build. I acquired from work as a freebie a Cooper's Real Ale. The catch, seeing as it was free, its best before date is the 7th of the 1st, 2013. But it was free. Can't knock free stuff. It was either that or Tom Claxton's lager. So I went for that one. So we got another kit to brew. So I think that might need some additional DME to put some life back into it. But not much else has happened this week. Had a few downs actually. The stir plate build. The fan. Oh, down here. It's a little bit old and weary, just like me. So it don't turn quite as well as it should do. So I've got to find another fan. It works, but not very well. It's sort of one of those, the motor's a bit tired, so it speeds up and slows down when it feels like it. I think I'll probably salvage another one out of a power supply from a PC. And the voltage controller that I was going to use doesn't work on DC, so I've got to scratch build something to vary the speed. So I set that back a little bit. Keg wise, the kegels, also a setback. The guy I was hoping could weld them hasn't got any facilities to weld stainless at home. So that's a no-go. But he's going to try someone he knows to see if he can do it. So fingers crossed. If not, I'll just have to invest in a new liner for my welder and have a crack at it myself. But, so not good. Shed wise, the brew shed build. I've started taking down the old chicken coops and the chicken run, which is where the shed will go. So that's in progress. I've got the roof sections for the shed out. The guy, if there's a shortage of nails in the UK, it's because this guy used them all. I've spent an hour with a little nail removing type screwdriver, miniature pry bar, prizing out loads of those tiny little felt clout nails. I filled a linen bin rack full, and then I got the first layer it fell off, and this guy was like spacing them 1 inch apart, another inch apart. Here we go, the phone's going. Unknown corner. Hello. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If it's money, I can tell you I don't have any. What I do have is a unique set of skills. If you do not take me off your telephone database, I will find you, and I will kill you. So fuck off. That's how you deal with telemarketers. Where was we? Yes, the shed. He was a bit mad on friggin' nails. So I get the layer of felt off and the layer of nails, and underneath it is a leather layer of felt and another layer of nails. So I get those off, and there's another layer of felt. There's 3 layers on it, so I've left the last layer on, but there are various size nails. Fortunately, most of them are the ones you should be using, which is the little felt nails, but there are some idiot ones. Obviously he must have been a short bloke, because if not, he'd have had a head like a tea strainer, because there's nails poking through the shed roof. Not good. Anyway, I have to get that sorted so that we can do a scratch build with a complete shed. So that will be some of this weekend's buggering about, weather permitting. So the shed build video is a go. Once I complete parts of the shed that need a little bit of fettling, I think I've got a roll of felt, so we can continue with that. There's going to be a change in windows, which I'll include. Some people's sheds don't have windows, some do. This is the conventional type of shed window, minus the glass because it's broke. So I've got a little aluminium framed one I'm going to replace and close the excess in, and look at 2 options of fume extraction. As Scoosy will know, when he was brewing Friday night, he had to have his lid on because his shed was steaming up so much it was going to blow his PC up with all the moist, damp atmosphere. But I better give you a smash off update. I had 2 spare Cooper's bowls, which I've received previously in beer mails, and I noticed there was a little ring of bubbles. It looked like down the side. There's actually the sediment clinging to the side of the bottle, which is this one, which I've just tapped, malt liquor style, and all the yeast is, I don't know whether it's picking it up. You know, these bottles, all the yeast drops into the little crevices. So I'm noticing USO5 doesn't compact. Well, it does compact, but it's not. It doesn't seem to solidify and stay in the bottom bowl. So when you get these, you might want to leave them sitting a little while. I've used Gervin before, and it compacted down so solid that you could actually pour everything out of the bottle with virtually no yeast deposit. But hey-ho, anyway, where is it? Here's one I made earlier. The reason I use a couple of clear glass bottles, as you can see, it's pretty clear, and down there is all the yeasties. There's quite a bit of sediment in it because I didn't rack it to secondary and I didn't put any finings in. I did think about it. The reason I weren't too keen on using finings is if it drops too much of the yeast out, you don't get a lot of reaction with the sugars when you prime your bottles, and you don't get any carb, which is something I usually seem to suffer from. I don't know why, but the other two beers carb up and then don't seem to retain any CO2 in the beer, and it's all released, and they go sort of well, not flat, but they're more like a draft beer, you know. There's just a little bit of effervescence in them and that's it. This one on the other hand is a little bit better, but the other kits were out of date, so whether it's something to do with the drop in yields on the malt, I can still see the bubbles coming up on this one. This was the Brew Maker 2 can kit. There is a little bit of a yeasty funky smell, which when you open the bottle, but that goes off. But there's actually not a bad mouthfeel on this, but I will be sending this out to some of the guys, so I'll try and save some bottles. I would like to try and build up the stocks a bit more before I put some out, but I had another one of those raspberry beers the other night. Pucker. Considering it's a malt that's not designed for brewing, there was a little cap like this, stayed all the way down the bottom of the glass. So I was quite happy with the results for that. I think it's one of the best experimentes, as Uncle Jonah would say. An experimente raspberry beer. But I think that is about it for this week, guys. Can't cover you anything else. I could waffle on about things non-relevant, so I won't, because we don't want to turn this into a 45-minute video. No, I won't, honest. Anyway, this bit here that has a battery symbol is red, which is good, because it hasn't been used that much, and it's the bigger battery that's supposed to last longer. And I need the battery to run to transfer you onto the PC. Anyway, I'm out of it. Time to go and get something to eat. See you later. Just a quick one, I forgot to put in this segment of weekly bargains. A case of 20 flip top bottles. You get the crate, 20 bottles, and the price is 20 quid. And if the camera will pick it up, it's £6 shipping. If you're interested, they are selling rather well. There are 7 sold already. He's getting 43 hits a day. The item number is 1712503574420. If I remember, I will put the link in my comments section on my vid. If you do buy any, tell them Clive sent you. It might earn me a free beer. Cheers.